Welcome wizards, witches, muggles and squibs to another Potterismic wand review video. So this video is a bit different from the previous ones that I've done in the past. This one is going to be my complete set one video. So I did one on the Weasley family, which now isn't a complete set because there's still one more wand I need. But what I mean by a complete set is I've complete like the set of the Hogwarts staff members. Now you might say they're all like ones for Madam Hooch, and then there's obviously all the background professors at Hogwarts, but there's no wands produced by Noble Collection for them. So we're gonna get started. I've split the wands into like each of the I'm just gonna say the films, because these are what the design of the wands are based on the films, and I'm gonna go from the first movie to, I'd say probably Half-Blood Prince would be the better mark. But so we have the first wand to appear, I believe in the first film is obviously Hagrid's umbrella. Now so this is iconic. This is obviously the Care of Magical Creatures professor at Hogwarts, Hagrid, whose wand was snapped in half when he got expelled from Hogwarts in 1943, his third year, and then later in his life he concealed it in this umbrella. So yeah. And then following from Hagrid's wand, we have the Potions professor, and then the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in Half-Blood Prince, Professor Snape. Now, Snape's wand is obviously this is obviously the oldest wand in my collection, because I've had this since 2015. Yeah, there is a couple of chips and cracks in this wand, even though I haven't really messed around with them. I accidentally dropped it a few times, and yeah. But yeah, I do really like Snape's wand. I love the handle design as well. It doesn't really fit in my hand. I've got like quite beefy hands, but yeah. So yeah, he's the Potions professor for the most of Harry's school year up until Half-Blood Prince, where he ends up getting the role of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and then obviously the Potions professor is then role is then given back to Harry Slughorn, whose wand we'll get to soon. So the next wand in this, I'm trying to go off movie order, would be I don't know whose wand appears first, but we'll just do McGonagall. I don't know if her wand actually does appear in the first movie, so but yeah, McGonagall's wand is it's a very long wand actually, isn't it? I always try and make sure this rod bit on the end is safe, because I've seen that people have like broken this rod on the end, and you've got to try and be careful with it. I never really mess around with these anyway, they're just mostly in the boxes on my display. So yeah, I love McGonagall's wand. It's perfect. The next wand, also I forgot to mention that in this video I did get a new character's wand the other day, which is why I'm doing this, because I've now got a complete set of Hogwarts staff. So yeah. The next wand we're gonna do is Flitwick. So he is the, I forgot to mention, people already know, Harry Potter fans already know, but yeah, McGonagall is the Transfiguration professor. Then we've got the Charmed professor and choir conductor, Professor Phileas Flitwick. Now this wand is actually the wand Flitwick has from the third movie onwards, as in the first and second film he actually does have a different design wand. Now you can Google, if you go on the wiki and type on Phileas Flitwick's wand, it will come up and it will show you like a photo of Flitwick's wand from the first and second movie, and you'll know the difference. But yeah, this is his wand from the Prisoner of Azkaban to Deathly Hallows Part 2. I love the handle in this one. I just love the handles of like certain ones. It's a long one for such a short guy, but yeah. Then the next wand is Professor Pomona Sprout. I was just going to say, does she use a wand? She does you do see her wand briefly in Chamber of Secrets. This wand is of Professor Sprout, which I've done a video on her wand. I love the handle on this one. It's so easy to like. I mean, it's just a bog standard. It's just like a bog standard wand. That kind of. It's just plain really. It's just a plain design wand. I love that how the top of the shaft is like a different colour, and then it just gradually goes into like a darker shade towards the handle. Now, obviously she is the, I say obviously, so Professor Sprout is the Professor of Herbology. Then we've got the second Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher, that's being Gilderoy Lockhart. Now his wand is this one, which this one was given to me as a birthday present, and it's not actually accurate to the movie as well, actually, someone comment down below, is this version of Lockhart's wand, is this accurate to the movie? Because I'm sure that Lockhart's wand is supposed to be like 9 inches, 9 and like a quarter inches or something. This is supposed to be like 17 inches, which is, I think, accurate to the film, but it's such a really long one. But I do like the design, and I never anticipated Lockhart's wand to actually ever get made by Noble Collection, but they did. Yeah, I really love the design. He's the second Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher in both the books and the films, and kind of useless. He doesn't know jack shit, and then, pardon my language, and then yeah, ends up wiping his memory. So then coming to the end of the second films, so I know Madame Pomfrey is in the second movie. I'm just going off the movies because the wand designs are based on the films, but I'm just going off the film that the character first appears in. So yeah, Madame Pomfrey does appear in the second film. So this is her wand. She is the matron of Hogwarts, who works in the hospital wing when students, or probably even staff members actually, have injuries. I'm not a big fan of her wand, just because of the handle is so small, and I was expecting this one to be that much bigger than it actually is, but yeah. Coming to the third movie, I've got 2 wands. So we'll start with the third Defence Against the Dark Arts teacher, Remus Lupin. Now, the only reason Umbridge and Moody's wands aren't in this collection is I don't have Umbridge's wand yet, and Moody isn't actually the professor of Defence Against the Dark Arts in Harry's 4th year. And I didn't really want to consider them being as part of this collection. So yeah, and Umbridge is going to be part of the Ministry of Magic wands set of wands, so yeah. And then we get to my newest wand in my collection, Professor Sybil Trelawney. Now her wand, you may see some similar design to the wand of Sirius Black. Now for the films they had to reuse wand designs for certain characters, so because Trelawney didn't actually use her wand, I think up until Deathly Hallows Part 2, they just reused the Sirius Black wand design, just changed a few things. So she has runes on 3 sides of the wand, but then this side doesn't actually have any runes on it, so that's pretty cool. And then she's got like a swirl pattern at the top. Now with Sirius Black's wand, which I am just going to go on, I'm actually just going to go and just do a comparison real quick. So this is Sirius Black's wand, and this is Trelawney's wand. Now you can see that they both have the runes at the bottom here, and then you get to the shaft, and Trelawney has a spiral pattern, but Sirius does have a spiral pattern, but it has loads of these like circular runes, and his wand is more of a grey colour here, as Trelawney's wand is more of a brown colour, which isn't there at all. I think, as far as I'm aware, when I read the wiki the other day on my Sirius Black wand breakdown video that I did, Sirius's wand is actually a different colour from what it is in the film, but it doesn't really bother me all that much, to be honest. But yeah, I do really like Trelawney's wand. So what I was just saying with the wand designs is that they had to reuse a lot of the wand designs for the films because they didn't have time to make up an individual wand for every character. So for Trelawney they just reused, because I think Sirius's wand appears before Trelawney's actually ever seen using a wand in the movies. So I believe they reused the Sirius Black wand design, just changed the design up to make it fit Trelawney better. And yeah, it's the same with Professor Sprout and Oliver Wood. They have the same wand design. Oliver Wood, I don't think you see him use a wand in either of the first two movies that you see him in, and then I think they just reused the wand design, to be honest. So yeah, the next, getting on to the fourth movie, where we first see the Elder Wand. Obviously we've got Albus Dumbledore. Just going to go through this real quick. But yeah, the Elder Wand is just such an iconic wand. And then getting to, there isn't any for the Phoenix, because we're not of Umbridge, but the Half-Blood Prince. We have Horace Slughorn's wand, who becomes the potion professor in the Half-Blood Prince. Takes over from Snape, who then becomes the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, who we don't actually see teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts in the movie, which was disappointing, but oh well. I am going to be doing a video on my thoughts on the TV series castings, by the way, at some point. So we've got Hagrid's wand, who is the current magical creatures professor. Snape, who is the potions and the sixth Defense Against the Dark Arts professor. Professor McGonagall, who is the professor of Transfiguration. Professor Trelawney, who is the professor of Divination. Madame Pomfrey, who is the matron of the hospital wing. Professor Phileas Flitwick, who is the charms professor and the choir conductor. Professor Pomona Sprout, who is the herbology professor. Professor Gilderoy Lockhart, who is the second Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in Chamber of Secrets. Albus Dumbledore, who is the headmaster of Hogwarts from 1971 to 1960s, I think. Is it the 1960s? I completely forgot when Dumbledore becomes the headmaster of Hogwarts. But yeah, Dumbledore, headmaster of Hogwarts. Lupin, the third Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and then Horace Slughorn, who is the potion professor in the sixth Buckham film. So yeah, that is a quick, just wanted to do a quick video. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please comment that comment I asked earlier on about Lockhart's wand, because I'd love to know. And also comment if when Dumbledore became Hogwarts professor, because I completely forgot. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and peace out.